All right. Maranatha. Christ is coming. Good to see all of you today. It's always good to see everybody's smiling faces. It's good to be in the house of the Lord, is it not? Good. I hope everyone is having a very blessed start to their Sabbath. I hope everyone has had a blessed week. Today, I want to talk a little bit about a natural restoration, repair mechanism that we all have. It's perhaps the oldest natural therapy in the world. So right now, there's no escaping that our health is under attack from more angles and with more ferocity, all right, than it has been at any other point in history. Maranatha. Hey, there I am again. Christ is coming. Good to see all of you today. Is there a playback? All right, I think we're good. But we've never had to deal with so many threats to our health before. We face poisoned food, contaminated water, polluted air, electromagnetic frequencies, chronic stress, and actual damage to our DNA. Our actual genes and DNA are degenerated compared to what they used to be. We're weaker than we used to be. We don't live as long as we used to back when Noah was around, when Moses was around. When these great patriarchs that we read of in the Bible, they lived much longer. They lived hundreds of years. We don't. We're lucky to see 80. If you live to your 80 years old, you've lived a very blessed life, right? And if you live more than that, then that's great. But most people live shorter lives. And even with our weakened DNA and constitutions, on top of that, we're also dealing with more threats to our health from all these other angles. So our health has never been more under attack than it is today. And so it's really important that we use all the tools at our disposal to keep us protected from these threats and this constant assault on our health. And one of the most effective tools we have is also the oldest. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about fasting. Now, we all know about, or not, maybe we don't all know about it, but it's popular, intermittent fasting. A lot of people have heard about intermittent fasting, right? Intermittent fasting, in brief, is whenever you're eating within a very specific shortened window of time. So you only give yourself a few hours in the day to get in your calories, and you don't eat outside of that rigid window. So no snacking, no nothing. It's a small window of time that you're getting your calories in, and that's that. You're fasting for the rest of the day. So that's intermittent fasting. And it's good. It's important. I recommend that everybody do that. But prolonged fasting is actually much more powerful. Intermittent fasting is something you can do day to day. It can be, a lifestyle, and I do recommend it. But prolonged fasting is whenever you're fasting for at least 48 hours. So no food and no caloric liquids for at least 48 hours. That's prolonged fasting. Now, if you're going to do this, which I do recommend you do periodically, I recommend you shoot for 72 hours. I think that's the sweet spot, where for the amount of time that you're spending fasting, you're getting a lot of benefit for those 72 hours. After that, you're still getting benefits. If you're able to do it longer, you would be getting more benefits from it, but they do start to diminish with more, the more you put on. But 72 hours, I think, is the sweet spot, and it's extremely powerful. Here are a few facts about some of the things that fasting can do. Fasting can actually regrow brain cells. That's a pretty incredible thing. It particularly helps with the hippocampus and the brainstem. And so it's really good for memory. How many people here struggle with their memory? Probably all of us, right? Probably all of us. And it also really helps with that feeling of fogginess. That feeling where you go into a room and you're not sure why you went in. You forget, you have something in your hand and you're looking for it, like, where's my phone? And it's in your hand. That feeling of fogginess that you get, that lack of sharpness. You can't focus. Sometimes you're trying to read something, you can't comprehend it. It's like there's a sharpness that's missing. Fasting helps significantly with that. Fasting also resets the immune system. Resets the immune system. What does that mean? This is really important for people who are suffering with autoimmune disease, because autoimmune disease, your immune system is programmed to start attacking healthy tissues and healthy cells. Whenever you engage in prolonged fasting, it's basically as if your immune system were a computer. It's like you're unplugging it and replugging it back in and putting it back to factory settings. That's basically what you're doing. So it resets your immune system. It tells your immune system to go back to factory settings, and it can really help to eliminate and reduce symptoms of autoimmune disease, and if paired with a healthy diet, can eliminate it entirely. Another good thing is that fasting is very good for energy and endurance. And fasting, what it does is it strengthens the mitochondria. You know, a lot of us grow up learning in science class that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Right? How many people remember that? The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, and fasting in particular really helps to strengthen the mitochondria in our cells. The mitochondria are these small little organelles that live within our cells, and they power the cells. And it strengthens those things, and it gives us more energy and endurance and strength. And furthermore, fasting also helps to fight cancer and to kill tumors. So what fasting does in this regard is your tumors, cancerous tumors, they require glucose to continue to exist. When you're fasting, you're cutting off the supply of glucose, and you're essentially starving out those cancer cells. And furthermore, whenever you start to fast, it trains your immune system to look for cancerous cells and to destroy them. So it trains your immune cells to look for cancerous cells and to attack and destroy them. And so it's very powerful for cancer as well. And so there's an incredible host of benefits from fasting. You know, there's a lot of things I don't have time to bring up. Weight loss, obviously, cell autophagy, which is basically when your cells die and are remade so that they're stronger. Cell autophagy decreases inflammation, increases cellular resistance to stress. You know, you could fill several books with the benefits of fasting. So again, I recommend a 72-hour prolonged fast. Try this maybe once every 3 months, maybe even once a month if you can. If you add this to your routine of what you do, and maybe many of you made New Year's resolutions that you want to be healthier this year, if you did, this could be a really powerful tool that you can add to help you eliminate chronic illness and just to make you healthier, stronger, sharper, and more vital. And so that's all for me today. I pray that you all may be in perfect health. Amen.